No. We kill them before they're through. As soon as it gets unbearable, we kill them dead.
That's right. We watched Confessions of a Dangerous Mind this week on The Movie Gap, the podcast that has you scream.
How have you not seen that? 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 Little darling, how have you not seen this? How have you not seen it?
God. Welcome to The Movie Gap. God, perfect timing, huh? God.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh,
That was classic.
God. All right.
Oh, shit.
Welcome
Here
to The
we
Movie
go.
Gap. What?
Classic moment.
I was like, tweet it in, fucking. Welcome to The Movie Gap. I am your host, Sneezy Chase Austin. And as always, the self-defacing, somewhat honest, but pretty much a lot of bullshitter guy to my left who killed people, but maybe he didn't. Bryce Perkins.
You will never know. You will never know. How's it going?
Good.
That one actually is like the most accurate one you were able to pull from a movie ever. You know, usually you have to say things like, you know, is he mentally challenged, or, you know, that kind of stuff from whatever movie we're talking about.
Well, yeah, if it's
but
one
this
that you
time-
pick.
Yeah, right. But this one, this time you got to just say a normal human scope of, you know, normal? Nope.
Anyway, today is we're going to talk about Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, but before we get into it, we are joined by two fan favorites. That's right, Mr. Dwayne Lusby of Three Beers and a Mic and Cross the Streams Media, our podcast network. And of course, Mr. Peen to Screen himself, Apocalyptic Pussy Stark.
Oh man, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, welcome, guys. How are y'all doing?
Doing good. Great to be here again. With the Fedora movie this time.
Yeah. Finally. There's no backdoor about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a legit Fedora movie.
Yeah.
Clooney was rocking that bitch.
I threw
And
it
so
out.
was Rockwell.
I threw it out to everybody in our guest pool there, and I was like, who wants to do Confessions? And Dwayne was like, does it have any fedoras in it? And I was like, oh shit, it does.
Yeah.
You have to do it. So
That's right.
got to keep up the trend
That's right.
Yep.
with our backdoor fedoras. All right.
Back fedoras.
Well, Bryce, how you been?
Good. No bits from me. Still under threat of
Really?
I guess execution.
Wow.
So I've just been doing good. You know, don't want to upset my oppressors. I'm sorry, my I don't want to upset the Supreme Chancellor. I'm sorry. Please
CCP,
forgive me, Chancellor. Please forgive me if you're watching, which I know you are. No, you are strong. You are the most supreme. You are, yes. And all bits should be fair and equal and consistent, and no inconsistencies from me, no comedy from me. I bow to the Supreme Chancellor of the CCCP, the Commission on Consistency in Comedy and Performance. So,
I got a little dick, it's pathetic.
yep.
All right. Well, that
Still have no idea who this person is, by the way.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's really not.
He's not even like signing his letters or something.
I just see Austin. So,
That's weird because I thought it was Chase A before.
oh, I'm going to get in big trouble for this one. That's a massive inconsistency, and
There's some continuity issues in this guy's letters.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. There is.
Yeah.
I need to
It's like he's not even paying
I
attention.
need to challenge him. Yeah. This is some bullshit. I think I'm feeling a revolution.
Well,
I'm feeling a revolution coming on.
Chit-chat, a-hole.
Okay, fine.
all right. So
We have some things to plug.
We are, at the top of the show. Let's get out some business. First of all, visit us over at crossthestreamsmedia.com. Click on our shows link. And that's where you will find all of our episodes, of course, our most recent as well. And you can find all of our social media links to our YouTube account where we have video of all of the episodes, as well as our brand new merch. More is coming every day. Kind of.
Did you comment on the Cross the Streams tea?
And you could also buy the Cross the Streams Media t-shirt. It's delicious. I love it.
I have mine as well. Here.
Dwayne's wearing his.
Dwayne sent me mine.
Mine got lost in the mail, apparently.
Dwayne sent me mine. He forgot to put the logo on it. Very good. That's very good. He sent me a blue shirt, so that's very nice.
Well, that's what happens.
I would love to be wearing it and promoting Across the Streams, but I can't. So thank you, Dwayne, for that.
We all know
nice.
Dwayne's a real ball dropper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget they can also leave you a voicemail if they want.
Yeah. I always forget that.
That's right.
pretty cool.
Yeah, you could go to our shows page and click on the little microphone. I believe it's in the bottom right-hand corner, and you can record a voicemail that we can then play on the podcast. So leave your own excuse me.
Okay.
Your own recast, some notes about a movie that we've done that you something you want to talk about or want us to talk about, any number of things, or just say, hey, we'd love to hear from you. Also on there is our new Patreon, which is exciting.
Okay.
We're going to get that started with the bonus episodes, and we want to hear from you exactly what you want those bonus episodes to be like.
That's right.
There's a couple of tiers on there. The first tier is where you get the bonus eps, and that's only $3 a month. So, check that out.
We'll start releasing them once we reach our Patreon goal number, which right now sits at 1. So if you can help us reach our Patreon goal number, membership number of 1, we will start releasing that content for you. Yeah. So
How many was that, Bryce, again? I just want to make sure.
that was 1, and we could use all the help we can get.
1 followed by no zeros.
Right. Just a 1.
And of course, when you're on Cross the Streams Media, check out all of our other sister shows, including Dwayne's show, 3 Beers and a Mic. You want to plug that, Dwayne?
We do some nerd talk movies. We have a spinoff where we're going through the MCU with somebody who's never seen it before. I don't know where the concept came from. It just came to us one day.
Yeah.
So I'm actually recording Civil War tomorrow. We've had different guests on each. Bryce has been on. Well, Bryce will be on.
Yes.
I get what you're going to be on. Chase has been on twice, so check those out. And soon to be Burn Appetit. I'm going to be co-hosting with Bernie on that. We just recorded the first episode. So
what is that one about?
We're trying foods from national chains, either fast food, fast casual. So we all pick an item from the menu, one item, doesn't have to be a meal, and then we kind of try it and discuss the food. And we've been interviewing the guests as well, so we have a little more content than just the food. So it's pretty fun.
Cool.
It's good.
Cool. I'm looking forward to that.
Loyal listeners will remember Bernie from our episode on The Rock.
The Rock, yes. Classic.
And then, of course, we would be remiss not to thank our official sponsor for providing these recording materials here, New Look Home Improvement. If you are looking to have any part of your house remodeled or even a backyard, getting a nice gazebo or a porch set up or something like that.
Do they do patio covers?
They do patio covers. That's what I meant to say by porch. Very different things. But they will help you out with that. New Look Home Improvement for all your home improvement needs in the Houston area. 281-620-8077. Ask for Joey.
All right.
Okay.
Well, that's all out of the way.
Yes.
Also, like and review us on all sorts of shit. We need that. So,
if you're listening on Apple Pods, review us. Spotify, review us.
Yeah.
And review
you
it.
can get to the reviews part on our website as well. So
Oh, very nice.
Once you're there, just check it out. It's a really cool website. Thanks to Dwayne for helping us get that all set up. All right.
My pleasure.
Let's get into it, guys. We got a fucking
I think I'm
movie
ready,
here.
dude.
Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. All right, this movie came out in 2002 when I guess I was a sophomore in high school.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing it probably my senior year or so. And then it was just one that I loved and I watched it all the time. I found it on a DVD at Blockbuster, resale, how they sold their old DVDs.
Yeah.
So I bought it there, and I've watched the shit out of it many, many times. Haven't seen it or hadn't seen it.
Did you hear about it before you bought it, or was it just kind of like, this looks interesting, I'm going to buy it? I know nothing about it.
I was looking into Sam Rockwell. And I got that.
That's a reason alone for me to buy it.
I think it was that. I was looking into Sam Rockwell, or maybe I was looking into Chuck Palahniuk, and it was this is
yeah,
similar,
sure, right.
So, yeah. So anyway, I got it, loved it. I hadn't seen it in probably 10, maybe
really,
maybe 10 years or so. And so then I rewatched it for this. But before I get into it, Stark, I know you are a fan of this film. You want to say anything about your connection before we start?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think it's no national secret that I've spent a lot of my life working at video stores, and I remember in high school when I was working at Hollywood Video, the drama section and comedy section were my home, and I randomly found it. I can't remember when the first time it is that I saw it, but I think like you, it was before my love of Charlie Kaufman happened, or my obsession rather, but I actually didn't even realize he wrote this film until way after my obsession happened, and rewatching it with that knowledge, I'm like, holy shit, this is so fucking Kaufman.
Yeah, well, and we'll get into that a little bit. Yeah, I also didn't know it was Kaufman. I found that out when we were doing one of the two Kaufmans that we did, and we were looking up his stuff, and I was like, oh shit, he wrote Confessions. So
I was very surprised to find that out when the credits started rolling, and I was like, oh, this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So Dwayne, you had not seen this movie, so
nope, hadn't seen it, hadn't heard about it, didn't know anything about it.
There we go. Cleans that up real nice. So Bryce, same question.
Yeah, very much in the same boat as Dwayne. Hadn't ever really heard of it, never seen it, had no idea all the big names in it.
That surprised me.
Knew nothing about it other than that it was about Chuck Barris and it was a real person. And is it based on a true story? It's only based off of his words.
Shit, I meant to bring that up. I have his autobiography.
You have the Confessions of the Dangerous Mind, the actual book.
Yep.
Yeah. So
read it too. It's not just for decoration.
Gotcha.
Paperback.
How close does it follow the movie?
Pretty close.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I mean, Chuck Barris was involved quite a bit.
I saw that he was a consultant. On it. Yeah.
I mean, in the book, they're not shooting interviews with other people,
right?
Naturally.
He's writing the book. He's like, cut to interview with Dick Clark about me.
His writing style is as inventive as the story itself is. It's a great read.
I wonder how much input he gave Kaufman in the writing process.
I don't know. I mean, I know that Kaufman is the official adaptor or whatever. Sure. So, but anyway, let's get into it.
Okay.
Let's do our new favorite segment, the short synopsis.
All right, here we go. Rookie synopsis. You seen it one time. Now you give me a synopsis. All right.
Oh
yeah, you guys couldn't hear the beat. Sorry.
No, they never can.
Yeah. But they can feel it.
Yeah. Now, if you're listening at home and you hear the beat, get your ears checked because something's wrong.
Why? Oh.
Because nobody can hear the beat.
Oh.
I was just scaring people.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Yeah. It's funny. It's funny to me. Fuck it. Exactly. All right. Bryce, 1 minute on the clock.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
And go.
Okay, so Chuck Barris is a person that came up with the dating game and the Newlywed Show and a bunch of other game shows, and including the Gong Show. And he was very dissatisfied with his life and decided to start writing about it. And then, in the process of writing about it, revealed that revealed a very specific and significant claim. Significant was the word I was looking for, not specific. Significant claim that he was also secretly working for the CIA. Basically, the entire time he was producing / hosting one of the shows and producing those shows. And so he killed a bunch of people too. And it kind of shows those moments. Yeah.
All right.
How much?
You
how did I do?
15 seconds left.
Nice.
And
I fucking killed that
you're
shit.
getting a little better at it.
That's right.
You are getting a little better at it.
I think
So,
he's starting to pay more attention to the movie.
yeah.
Fatality.
I think you just read the back of the VHS tape.
Shut up,
All
guys. I really did it, okay? It was really me.
I love how the back of the VHS tape does say, specifically, I mean, that's the word I was looking for. Oh, man. You know what we need is
just like the guy that's responsible for making that copy is just having a meltdown and they keep it in.
I would love for somebody that's like an animator to like animate the movie like with your synopsis.
Yeah, we need to get hooked up with that. I wonder if that guy that you sent us would do that for us, Stark. I don't know if he does animation.
No, he does film.
Oh, just film stuff. Okay, never mind then.
All right, so
real quick, Chase, before you continue, may I take a stab at a couple sentence synopsis for this?
Oh, yeah,
here
absolutely.
we go.
Absolutely.
All right, we got to hit the theme song.
Wait, hold on.
Rookie synopsis. Rookie synopsis. You watched the movie one time, and here is your synopsis.
Sorry, okay, Bryce demanded on a theme song there.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear the
You just thought I was rapping over you. That's great.
All right, Stark,
I would
ahead.
do that, though. I would do that.
Okay, all right. So here's my even faster than his. All right. One man's relentless pursuit of getting laid leads to a fantastical life of successful game shows and a paranoia / murder.
All right, that's pretty good. Did you read that? Is that on?
Yeah, that's on IMDb, isn't it?
IMDb.
Fuck you guys. You saw it too? I didn't think you guys read that.
No, I never look at IMDb. Never. All right. So let's get into it. Bryce, why don't you take us down the journey of your notes?
Well, I mean, I'd be remiss not to throw that to. I do have a bunch of notes, but I'd be kind of rude to our guests here.
I think Dwayne would prefer to follow your notes.
What about Stark, though? I think Stark has a lot to say about this.
This show is about a man who hasn't seen movies. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the premise of your notes.
Okay,
so
all right, fine. Look, I'm trying to be a gracious host. Okay, yeah. That's all. Okay.
If you think you're going to stop Stark from commenting, that won't happen.
Never met, obviously.
All right. Well, in that case,
what do you say we cut the chit chat a-hole?
All right.
Yeah.
So
and start the chit chat.
Okay. All right.
And that's the show, folks.
Yeah. Thank you. It was great. Very great. Where can we find you guys? No, just kidding. Okay. I was very surprised by all the names of this, as I said before. And then I was also very surprised to find out that it was directed by George Clooney.
Yes, it was his directorial debut.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I thought he knocked it out of the fucking park, dude. There were a lot of really interesting shots in it that you could like see the you could see the influence behind them, but he put his own little twist, and I don't know if it was through like, just like happy accident through an experience, and maybe he accidentally kind of built on different kinds of shots, or if it was extremely intentional, which that's also possible. But either way, I thoroughly enjoyed his directorial style with this movie, and was extremely entertained.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right with you. The first time I saw this movie and all the times leading up to this, I've like always loved it. I thought it was really brilliant. Like I said, it's been about 10 years, and looking at it now, I'm like, okay, this is really good, really creative. I like what he's doing, but I feel like if he were to direct it now, he would know a few more things. It would be a little cleaner.
Yeah, right.
So it still has that gritty feel, which is nice. It
works for this movie really well.
I think that the way that they did like the Technicolor for like the old, like the further back, like in the 50s or whatever.
Yeah.
It got a little distracting this
It was
time.
a little distracting.
I feel like maybe I'm just old now. It was distracting.
That was the only part where I was like, I don't know if they really needed that weird filter they had on there.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like, it was like Technicolor if it had aged. You know, right. And it looks like when it
ended
old.
up looking more just like a weird filter than anything.
Yeah, and I know that never really bothered me before, and I don't know if it's just because every other time I've seen this was on DVD on a, not flat screen TV, and I wonder if like the HD quality of it makes it not have
I will say that
effect,
I did not get the supposed to be Technicolor but aged more. I didn't get that at all from that filter they had on there. I just was like, oh, he's putting a filter on because it's in the past. That was it. I mean, so fuck you, George Clooney. You fucking ruined it, dude.
I mean, I agree. I think he made choices. They're bold and they make sense.
It's
like
really
it works. I do know that Kaufman did not like what Clooney did. He said that he basically he said, actually I have a quote. He goes, I spent a lot of time working on the script, but Clooney wasn't interested in the things I was interested in. I've moved on and I have no animosity towards him, but it's a film I don't really relate to. And Clooney acknowledged that he's like, I made changes, but he said that there were a couple of funky scenes that never would have gotten the green light into like a studio movie.
Sounds like Kaufman.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I would love to see Kaufman's movie, but this is also a studio movie, and at this point, especially in Clooney's career, he knew what would get made and what wouldn't.
But I would say his DNA is all throughout this film because it follows that same motif that he's created. That's what's funny is I guess going with the George Clooney thing, to me it's super George Clooney because it's you could tell he's developing a style that he continues on from his career, which not just from subject matter of always being like the dark side of politics and government and things like that, which is like almost every single one of his movies are like that, around that subject matter. But with Kaufman, it's like the self-loathing and the being neurotic and a sense of paranoia that's in a lot of his movies as well. I feel like, again, it is a very watered down studio version of Kaufman, but it's still, I still see him as Barris. Like when I'm watching Barris, I'm like, I still feel like that's Kaufman.
I think the best way I could describe it is that this feels like a studio version of an independent film. From the 90s or early 2000s.
Okay.
It is very, it's like fresh and slick, like an independent film, like a Pulp Fiction style or whatever, with Kaufman's like weird humor and writing style, but like it's a little bit easier for
there's a little more sheen
mainstream.
On it. Yeah, I totally got that.
Like Clooney is, regularly is. He's very, all of his movies are pretty cool, especially at that point. This is before, obviously, all the other ones he's directed and stuff,
right?
And his older age things. But
and I would say Kaufman. And I was reading, and I try my best before I come on the show to not read a lot because I know Chase is like the information guy, and I don't want to I want to be like, oh wow, I didn't know that. I couldn't help myself though with this one a little bit, but I did read how Kaufman. He wrote this in 97. So this was around the same time when he wrote the spec scripts for Being John Malkovich and things like that, where, he had been sitting on this for a little while before Clooney ever even became involved in the whole thing. And I think that's probably where his source of disappointment is because, it was something that was his baby. Because if you read from, I can't think of the guy's name that movie's about.
Chuck Barris.
Thank you, Chuck Barris. Chuck Barris. But I was reading about it, about the whole thing. Oh, is this real? Is this not real thing? And he was saying that a lot of stuff in it is all purely Kaufman. That it's not. While there is a lot of stuff in the book, but there's things like his mother dressing him up like a girl. And all these little things that are.
Wait, that stuff was not in the book. Is that what you said?
No, the book doesn't go into any of his past psyche stuff.
So then none of that is true. Then that's just or Charlie Kaufman kind of
because Charlie Kaufman and
camping up the movie.
Yeah, it's sort of. I think Kaufman's
why did Barris okay all of that if none of it's true?
Because he
liked it.
Yeah,
because he liked it. That's hilarious.
This is great.
That's awesome.
This makes sense as to who I am.
That's awesome.
So, but yeah, I mean, and like you said, Clooney was not originally attached as the director. It went through several directors and leads and all that stuff before it finally settled in Clooney's hands with Rockwell as Barris. But there was one. I mean, Aronofsky and David Fincher were like attached to it at times. Johnny Depp was going to play Barris. Back in the 80s, like when they first bought the rights to the book, they tried to get Richard Dreyfuss to play Barris, and he was like,
"Oh wow!"
He's like, "I don't want to do it. I don't like his Barris's morbid sense of humor." Which I was like, "Yeah, that's great. I love Barris." Like because so here's the thing, it's not true. This didn't happen.
The CIA shit?
Yeah, he was writing his autobiography and he was like, this is boring. Wouldn't it be crazy
if
I was?
Yeah.
And instead of like making it up, he's just like, this happened.
Yeah,
and
right.
like he would never say that it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And like even after he said like, oh yeah, that's not true. Later on he goes, well, I mean, I'm not going to tell you if it's true or not because I can't. I'm not allowed. It's classified. And like the CIA, of course, is like, no, it's not true.
Right.
But like they'd have to say that.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
But
that's fun.
Yeah,
I was also reading that was like a metaphor for the entertainment industry at the time, where essentially he was, being quote unquote, I think from him was like he was being crucified for like being the dredge, the bottom of the sea of entertainment and killing entertainment is what critics always said. But at the same time, it was almost like this contrast of him almost saying like, it was like almost like a fantasy of, this whole time, like I've been doing these terrible things that they say I'm doing, but I'm not doing. So here's a literal embodiment of these terrible things that you say I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I liked that what's the fucking word? Metaphor? I don't know. The analogy, the comparison that they gave when he got the idea to come up with the Gong Show was actually killing a person that was like, he was like, I will fucking kill you. This
and then he's like, what do you
driving
mean?
me nuts.
Like with a gong.
Yeah, and he's like, the fucking the gong came from him shooting someone and hearing the church bell and the thing from his first kill, and then he was like, oh, instead of shooting them, it'll be a gong. That's why it's a gong,
Yeah.
Because why? Like that's the thing that I've always wondered about the Gong Show is why a gong? Of all the sounds you could make.
Yeah, it's loud and annoying, and
but you could do a buzzer, you could do anything.
But there's not a big reaction. Like the gong is a huge set piece, and have you ever watched
it's sort
it?
of a rhetorical question.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I always thought it was an interesting choice. Like, a gong.
Well, I think that's it. I think that's why it's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
But have you ever watched the Gong Show, like the new one or the old one?
No, but isn't the new one is Mike Myers playing Chuck Barris?
No, he's playing a made-up character.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Tommy Maitland, I believe, is what his name is.
But you said that you liked that he was doing it because it kind of fit the motif of Chuck Barris in general, right?
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing.
Yeah, it was just goofy and weird, and like they don't ever point it out.
Yeah,
or if
talk
they do,
about
they
it.
kind of do, but like it's not really a.
There's no tongue in cheekness trying to be like, hey, we know it's Mike Myers, like which would ruin it.
Yeah. I mean, it hasn't been on in a couple of years,
and
but
Sam Rockwell did a good job of like doing his mannerisms with his hands and putting the hats on. And,
we're gonna get to Rockwell.
Yeah.
We're gonna spend a good 30 minutes on Rockwell because
I loved watching the Gong Show when I was a kid, and the new one has it kind of catches the feel of it or whatever, the vibe. But the old one, this was a time when, like, if you go back and watch old game shows, which I always love to do, like in the 70s, especially like into the 80s and 90s or whatever, it starts to change. But people weren't used to being on camera ever. So like everybody's a little more shy. So all these people that were like doing these things,
they were pioneers.
Were way out
trailblazers, man.
And like now we live
like the guy that they showed playing Raindrops Keep Falling.
Yeah.
Like that guy was like, you're insane, bro. Like you're one of the first people to go out there and be a part of this experiment. That had to have been just like
and that was
nerve-wracking.
I'm pretty sure that there's a couple of them that's the real person.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
thought
that
they
was the
were all
footage.
the real footage.
Yeah,
when every time they did that,
because you never see them outside of the thing. Just like when they do the famous
in
lost,
the ass.
Yeah, the lost clip from the dating game or the newlywed game. Yeah.
Right.
I
was watching
it because it was like I don't know if you guys ever remember or ever saw it. So I think it was like one season or something, but it came on like Spike TV or some shit, and it was like American Idol, but it was like the people thought that they were like in a singing competition to be the best.
It was
on really rooting for the worst.
Oh.
Yeah, it was WB. It was called Pop-Star.
Oh no, that's even
fucking
worse.
Awesome. Oh,
wow.
The only
exploitation.
Yeah,
though, but it was still great.
Yeah, the only thing bad about it was at the end they didn't make the person feel bad.
Right.
Like they were like, but America loves you. That's why they voted, because you're bad and they love you. And it's like, no, we just loved him. I mean, oh man, that show was mean.
That's something to be said though. I wonder how much influence probably not like what's the word, like on purpose, but maybe inadvertently Chuck Barris had on shows like American Idol and stuff like that ended up being massively popular.
It had to, because it was just regular people putting them out doing their talents and stuff. Like, I don't think there was too many shows I think that was like a trailblazer.
Right.
Yeah.
And Simon Cowell, just being absolutely brutal about it, that kind of thing was probably more welcomed and accepted because of the primer we got from things like The Gong Show where, that kind of shit happened anyway.
But anyway, so yeah, let's move it on.
Well, I was surprised to find out that he wrote that the Love on the Carousel song or whatever it was called. He's a songwriter. He also wrote a couple other popular songs, Johnny Be Good, Maybelline. You know that?
Don't forget Come On Eileen.
You Never Can Tell. He wrote all kinds of 50s rock and roll hits. Did you know that?
No.
Little Marie.
I mean, I knew he
rock and roll music. Roll Over Beethoven.
He wrote Roll Over Beethoven?
Yeah. Chuck Barris, right?
Yeah. I didn't look at the list of all the songs.
Oh, okay. All right. Chuck Barris.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, very good, Chase. Very good. You all right there?
Yeah.
You look like you're gonna have a stroke. He's like, fuck you, you son of a bitch. You make a fucking Chuck Berry pun on my fucking show. That's what you're doing right now. Okay, so anyway,
you played it right over my cue.
All right, but anyway, I was actually genuinely surprised to see that he had a hit song. I mean, is that part true? How much of this is true?
I mean,
only the parts of his career.
Yeah, his career stuff is all true.
So he really did write that song.
Yeah.
Okay. How about that young Michael Cera cameo?
Yeah, this was his first role.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah,
Trying to get a girl to lick his pee.
Yeah. We were.
So Michael Cera.
We were watching it. I was watching it with Ash, and we were watching it, and I was thinking, because I forgot like what time, like when this came out, right? And that that he would be a kid when this came out. And so I was like, wow. In my head, I was like, man, that kid looks a lot like Michael Cera. How about that? And Ash was like, wow, young Michael Cera over here. And I was like, I know, right? He looks just like him. And she was like, no, that is young Michael Cera.
mind you, she did not recognize Billy Bob Thornton in
I know.
Sling Blade.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But she could pick out a young Michael
Cera.
Cera. Yeah. But yeah, I had to like rewind it.
I
and
understand that though. That does not look like Billy Bob.
Yeah,
Sling Blade.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. But at the same time, though, I get it. Listen to last week's episode to get into that discussion there, people. But yeah, let's go ahead and go down. Oh wait, we got to talk about the FCC guy. You remember when he was like, you got to get people to stop saying this shit. Otherwise, we can't air it.
Like,
and he was like,
insinuating
okay.
sex stuff.
Yeah, and he was like, okay, how can I do that? And then so he's like, all right, before we go on air, I want to introduce you guys to this dude from the FCC. That guy's monologue, dude, that to me is up there with, and I still haven't seen this one, but the legendary Glenn Ross, Alec Baldwin one, where it's like the guy comes in, has one monologue, and just fucking crushes it.
Well, that's the same guy that was the one who taught him how to kill people. That's the drill sergeant guy.
Oh,
That's why he got him to come in, because he's like, I know who could scare the shit out of them.
But so I didn't catch that. Yeah. But regardless, though, that his delivery in that monologue was fucking hilarious and just absolutely phenomenal, man. I fucking loved that.
Well,
a
speaking of his time, like in the training or whatever, where he learned to kill people, did you catch when he said goodbye to Jack and Oswald?
Mm-hmm.
Because is it Kennedy assassination?
No, what was that? Say that again.
He said goodbye to two of his friends that were there. He goes, "Bye, Jack. Bye, Lee," or whatever.
No,
Lee
I
Harvey
did not
Oswald
catch
and
that
Jack
at all.
Ruby. Yeah.
Oh wow, I
So,
didn't catch that
that's
at
all
all.
part of
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, so I had to take a minute to talk about that there. But yeah, other than that, man, we got to get into some Rockwell discussion, dude.
I
Sam
real
Rockwell.
quick, starting with that, what's with the unprecedented amount of Rockwell ass?
Dude, that was one of my notes, dude.
Ass.
There was so much Rockwell ass in this movie, dude.
And I love
They could have called this movie Sam's ass.
I mean,
Maybe he got a bonus for it.
I mean, you know,
Yeah, right.
How many minutes he showed his ass to get more money?
yeah.
my wife
$1 million for each
immediately,
cheek.
like right when the movie starts, because it starts basically on his ass,
Right,
you know,
yeah.
like the first real shot of him or whatever.
He
And my
had
wife-
a
Bald asshole.
he had a ball. But he y'all hear it later. He he's standing in that hotel room just like staring at the screen, and it's just his ass or whatever, and he's got the big old beard. My wife was like, "Oh, is this like Aviator? This is real Howard Hughesy or whatever." I was like, "Not really, but yeah, I guess."
yeah, sort of, yeah.
Didn't Aviator come out like 2003?
I think it was the same year.
2004.
2004.
Oh, okay.
So it was 2 years after this.
So it was a
1 year
rip off
after
of this movie. Okay,
Basically.
good to know. Yep.
Yeah. They also used that Technicolor.
They did?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
They have very bright hues in them. You've
Yeah,
seen
they
that,
do.
right?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, but they do. You're right.
Howard.
Howard.
Very bright Howard.
Howard Hughes.
Howard Hughes,
He's very
yeah.
bright. Yeah,
Very
very
bright.
bright Hughes. He's from Houston.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, there you go.
Buried in Houston.
Yeah.
Off
I
Washington
used to think
Avenue.
that way too, but you know.
But I love the shot of him at like the third time we go back to him in the hotel room or whatever, and he's still naked, and then the maid is just vacuuming
Yeah.
in front of him.
Yeah.
It's like not even looking like, oh, he's still here.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But yeah, Rockwell is phenomenal in this movie, as he always is.
Dude.
I
I
must say he's
love-
phenomenal every day.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
so good.
Not as good as Iron Man 2, but right up there.
Wait, who the fuck did he play in Iron Man 2? Did we do that
Hammer,
one?
what's his name? Hammer?
Yeah.
No, we skipped
Yeah.
that one. That's right.
Yeah,
we didn't do
skipped
that
it,
one.
because you've
Oh,
already
yeah.
seen it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But he had the long hair.
No. Mickey
I'm
Rourke
starting to
had
think
long
he
hair.
hasn't seen
Mickey
it, Chase.
Yeah, I mean, I need
he
to
might not have
rewatch
seen
it.
He said he saw it.
No, I saw Iron Man.
You never saw
Oh, I
Iron
did
Man
see
2?
Iron Man 2 in theaters, and I was like, I'm not as impressed.
Yeah,
And then that was when I stopped watching them.
that makes sense. Yeah.
So,
No, it's Iron Man 2 is not great, but Sam Rockwell in it is.
yeah.
He's good
I
in
need to
everything.
rewatch that. No, he's fucking fantastic in this movie, though. And I have not seen, as I said before, like The Gong Show at all, especially not the original one.
Or who Chuck? So you had no prior.
Yeah, like I don't know like what Chuck Barris sounds like, acts like. Dwayne, you mentioned he did really good, copying the mannerism or
Yeah.
what's the word? Portraying the mannerisms. So I had no like basis
Yeah,
on any of that.
I
Yeah,
used
go
to
on.
watch The Gong Show, so
Oh,
I kind of knew.
So Chuck Barris
he
was
was.
really that kind of like eccentric
like-
and shit on the show.
Like, he seemed like he was on drugs the whole time he's
For
like,
real?
hosting the show.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, he
Wow.
didn't stop moving. He was just always
Damn.
moving and shit.
But he never had an episode where he looked up at the rafters and told the guy to take him out, right?
No.
Okay, that's good.
That
Because I
part-
was a little worried
wasn't
watching it. I
there.
was like, if
Yeah.
any of this is true, I gotta look up this footage here. But yeah,
Well, it also wasn't live, so that wouldn't.
yeah,
have-
that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. But yeah, dude. I mean, fucking Rockwell, man. What can you say, dude? The guy is still so overlooked for some reason. He's not a guy that like gets thought of, and he's not really a household name. Like only movie people that appreciate movies and acting really know about him.
Yeah,
but
well,
he
he-
deserves like way more credit than
won-
he fucking gets.
He won the Oscar for 3 Billboards,
Oscar Schmosker, dude.
but yeah, he's not. I don't know, man. He in my opinion, he could have won for Zaphod Beeblebrox.
What's that?
Hitchhiker's Guide.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like, he's fucking great.
Yeah,
in
he is.
everything.
He's amazing. He should have won for this. I mean, I don't know who was up for it that year, but he could have won for this.
Yeah, no, this was not.
He could have won
nominated.
for Green Mile. He could have won for fucking. That was him, right? In
Yeah.
Green Mile, dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the first time I remember seeing Rockwell was Green Mile.
yeah, me
And
too.
From then on, it was always like, hey, look, it's Buffalo Bill or whatever.
Right.
Or Wild
Yeah.
Bill or something like that.
Right. Yeah, me too. That was my first seeing him, and I just remember like I had never watched someone in a movie made me feel that like grossed out and like really feel like this is a really bad person to that fucking degree. And I don't think I still have never seen someone do a portrayal of a human being that made me like loathe the person more, you know?
Than him,
And that says a lot about his fucking acting, dude. Like he really just he's one of those guys that is he transcends, you know, like what Nicolas Cage said, I'm not acting, I transcend acting. Okay.
Yeah.
He really does do that. He's
You know
just
what I think
fucking
it is, Bryce?
amazing.
You know what I think it is like that. I think it's because he has like such a griminess and such a likability at the same time. It's kind of like Willem Dafoe, where it's like so grimy yet so likable. Like you get conflicted whenever you see them in things. You're just like, I know this character you're playing, I'm not supposed to like.
Yeah.
But because I kind of like you, it makes me feel grosser about myself.
Right.
Yeah, and I think
roles.
that this movie would fall apart without him. I mean, because he
totally, man.
plays that.
I can't see anyone else playing him.
Yeah, and the way that he switches on the dime from being like charming to being scary,
Yeah.
or, you know, fucked up or whatever. So
Right.
God, he's so good in this.
I mean,
it was such an interesting tone change too between the beginning. You're just like learning about, oh, this guy, you know, he's just chasing tail, and then he's trying to be a television producer, and he moves and is going to start his life being pursuing his dream. Then suddenly sucked into the CIA. Like the tone change that happens there, like you said, it does. The tone changes on a dime, but the film tone changes on a dime too, just like his character does.
Yeah,
and it's very interesting in that regard.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's thanks to Kaufman. And I again say, you know,
I think
it's big thanks to Clooney. Yeah,
that's Clooney.
I mean, I think he did a really good job. And then speaking of Clooney, him and Rockwell were great together in this movie. And
Clooney's
he really
great
killed
in
it.
fucking everything. He's so good.
Yeah, he really killed it. And he was looking fucking baller as hell in the fedora with that mustache fool. He looked like a fucking G.
I'm not all in on the mustache, but
I was all in on the stash, dude. That was a power stash.
There's a line of his that I had to write down because it was so fucking badass. He had so many badass lines in this movie.
Why didn't we open with that line then?
Yeah, you wrote it down. You was complaining about us taking forever picking it. You had one written down, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys pick the quotes. I don't know. But no, this one, he says,
love that.
You're 32. You've done nothing with your life. Jesus Christ died and rose again at 33. You better get cracking.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, dude.
That's weird because I'm let's just say I will be 33 in about 10 years, and and as I approach that landmark, I've
had your acting career.
Right. I have also wrestled with that same thought, weirdly enough, you know, like it's a very poignant line. I don't know. Is poignant the right word? Probably
Rockwell,
not. I'm not good with words.
Was 32 years old. Like, come on, let's be fucking honest.
Right.
I don't know what that word means.
Any word I say. But yeah, that was a good line. I like that one too. I was almost going to suggest it, but we were so set on trying to find the if it isn't strawberry dick or whatever. But dude, okay, let's talk about the humor in this movie, dude. It's a
so
funny
dark
fucking movie.
Funny, I love it.
It's funny as shit. The whole the whole montage. Me and Ash were laughing our asses off, but I was going in between laughing my ass off, but also really appreciating the beauty of it. The whole montage of him making love with Penny and making love with Patricia to the shitty Elvis impersonator,
the horrible Elvis,
and it's the whole song, but it's like beautiful footage of how he fucks these differently. He fucks these two different women based on their like chemistry together.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's like great footage, and it's really kind of touching. And then the whole time it's just the shittiest fucking Elvis impersonator ever.
But the music is played brilliant.
The music is played so
very,
well.
Yeah, it's just
the singing is the thing. Yeah. But it was just such a great juxtaposition there. Just very well done. Very well done.
One of my favorite parts, I guess, humor-wise, was whenever the German guy that he met behind the wall in Berlin, and he's like wakes him up in the car, and the dude's skiing down the street, and he starts strangling him. He's like, "Here, take a picture. Come on, take a picture."
Yeah,
like,
come on, do it. Yeah, he's like, "What the fuck." He just wants a picture of him killing a dude, and then he finishes the job after he gets his picture. Like, of course he does. But that shit was fucking hilarious, man. Yeah, there's that was a pleasant surprise for me. I didn't realize there was going to be that much humor in it, or even any touch of humor in it whatsoever. So that was.
Well, isn't that too? Wasn't Berlin where they took the first couple winner?
Yeah,
of the
that turned out to be Russian spies.
Russian spies the whole time,
like,
and then that.
What?
Yeah, and then that great bit where with the fucking Pitt and Damon cameo where she's just harping on number 3 and number 1 and 2 are Matt Damon and Brad Pitt.
Everybody in the booth is like,
fucking guy?
What the fuck is going on?
What the fuck is happening here? And it turns out they were in cahoots the whole time.
Well,
that was great.
I was waiting too because it's a George Clooney movie, and I was like, "There's got to be Matt Damon in there somewhere." That's like fucking George Clooney's signature.
Are they buddies?
Yeah, Matt Damon, George Clooney. Yeah,
they have their own little rat
and
pack.
Brad Pitt. Yeah, because they were all in Oceans together.
Oh, well, that's one. That's one that I need to.
I mean, he got. I think Matt and Brad basically did it for free, and then Julia Roberts did it for scale.
Yeah,
and he also got Drew Barrymore to do it for pretty cheap as well because they wanted to keep the budget down on this.
Sure, yeah. Sam Rockwell demanded full pay. Demanded max.
Well, he was also cheaper because he's not really famous.
Right. Yeah,
like you said, he's still not really famous.
Well, Ocean's franchise, by the way, is one that we need to get on.
Oh, you've never seen any of those?
Oh yeah, it's on the list. It's been on the list.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But anyway, let's talk about, and we can get into Drew Barrymore. I thought she did really well.
She's great. I love Drew Barrymore.
She was super sweet.
Yeah.
She just is so sweet, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's just such a sweet person, but she was great for Penny. I loved their chemistry together, her and Rockwell. Are they friends?
So, I don't know about real life, but
yeah. Did they enjoy working together? Was there any stories on that?
I haven't talked to them, so.
Well, they're both in, were they both in one of the Charlie's Angels movies or whatever? Like Rockwell was a bad guy or something like that.
I think you're right. I think you might be right. I know that, I think that is it. Because Brad Pitt, like nobody else in this movie was in those, but I feel like they seem like they got along. So if they hated each other, I wouldn't know it.
Well, I just didn't know. I mean, you know, there's always
there could always be.
It could be in IMDb. They'll be like, there was beef between, or whatever.
Between these.
I don't know
two,
if there was any stories or whatever.
No, but she was so fun, and I love her. Where he's like, "What the fuck did you do to my wall?" She painted that big.
Yeah.
He goes, "Oh, somebody called you, Goldberg." He's like, "Goldberg."
Yeah.
And then that whole sequence. By the way, all the one take sequences were done in one take.
Oh, nice.
Like, it wasn't matched together. So like they pulled those walls apart and the the thing with the NBC page.
Yeah.
Or was it NBC? Yeah.
Yeah.
NBC pages, and they're all walking, and then he ends up behind the counter.
Yeah.
It's all done in one take.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so he really did a wardrobe change that fast?
Yeah.
How the fuck?
I mean, it's just jackets and stuff, but
yeah, sure.
And they are professionals.
Yeah,
like,
right.
They don't. It's not like us backstage and Scrooge.
Right. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, very good.
One act play, bro.
Yeah.
Right. What did y'all think about the old switcheroo scene when Patricia tried to murder him, but he did what'd y'all think about that? Did y'all catch like exactly how he got her to switch it?
No, when they showed the switch and then the switch, I was like, I still don't know.
It took me a second.
It didn't make any sense.
It took me a second, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but he switched the things around and flipped the saucer around to make it look like he switched the plate. like the actual
Yeah.
dish. So when she looked down, she turned the whole
Yeah.
dish and gave herself the poison
Yeah.
thing.
But
It's very
I will
smart.
say he was taking a big risk in assuming that, the one
that, yeah.
had the sugar
Yeah,
or
totally.
whatever. next
Yeah.
to it.
But that's the fun of it though, because it's obviously fake anyway.
Well, yeah,
and it's just a playfully written sequence.
It also goes into like there's this whole thing of, okay, so like we know that he went to this training on how to kill
Was
a
this
man.
part in the book?
Yeah. But
So Barris actually wrote that part?
yeah.
Oh wow.
There's something similar to
Very
it.
neat.
But I mean I don't remember if it was like switching the sugar cube
Love
or
that.
whatever.
Sure.
But I mean it's been 20 years since I read that book.
right.
so,
Oh, okay.
But he or has it only been 10 because I, like you, am a child?
Love that.
That's right.
Yeah, so anyway, but I like how the movie, we know he got the training. We don't really see him get good at it. Like we see him shoot, like training shooting or whatever, but we don't really ever see him get good at like all these like murder things. All of a sudden in those montages, he's like killing somebody.
Right.
You know, but then he never acts like he can. Like when he's always like, you know, gangly and weird on stage, and he's always like a little insecure, even when he's talking to Clooney and everything, you know, and then we get to this thing and it's like, oh, he's got it. He knows what he's doing. He knows to fake being sick.
Yeah.
You know, he does all this stuff and it's
Right.
like, he's like, I'm fucking James goddamn
Yeah,
Bond.
he's
You know,
he's a
it's-
legit
yeah.
CIA.
And you can just tell, like, that's embarrassed to sit
Yeah.
there. And then I do this. And then I lean against a door and I'm like, that's right, bitch. I'm James fucking Bond. You know?
Yeah,
Just like-
right. Yeah.
It's that sense of humor of it. You know?
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. Yeah, I really love that scene. I was just wondering if you guys caught what he actually did to make her switch it like that.
Well,
'Cause it took me a second. I was like, what did he?
Yeah, my wife was, at that point, she just kept saying, this is so stupid. This is so stupid. Because
She hated the movie?
about 20 minutes into the movie, she pulled up Wikipedia and was like looking up Chuck Barris because she's like, is this true? And I was like, yeah.
She
it's
wanted
like,
it
it's
to
like
be.
based on his autobiography.
Yeah,
I
he
showed her
really wrote it.
I showed her the book. I was like, it's his unofficial. It's actually his unofficial autobiography.
yeah.
They showed in there too. But she's like, okay. And she looks it up and she goes, this isn't fucking true. And then like
And
the
it
whole movie,
ruined it
the
for
rest
her?
of the movie, she's like, this is stupid. This is just some guy making it up. And I was like, what is every movie? What is every fucking movie?
Exactly.
I'm about to say,
Like-
she's going to be a real fan of Fargo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. She loves Fargo. She's like, wait, this isn't true? I was like, no. She's like, Fargo sucks.
Yeah.
She only
Yeah.
likes true shit, damn
Yeah.
it.
Right.
But yeah, so I mean, I this movie's so good. It is, but at the end of the day, there was, I forget which actor I read that passed on it because they were like, all it is a movie about a guy who fucks and kills people, fucks women and kills people, and I was like,
James
yeah,
Bond.
it's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
It's like a
Fucking
real life James Bond.
Yeah.
But it's based on this real guy.
So what was the process of getting Chuck Barris? I know you mentioned a couple of people from past pickups of the movie and everything, or of the book anyway. But what was the process for this official shooting? Was it Sam Rockwell and that's it, or did they try a couple people?
Once Clooney, because like so Clooney was in the cast already on the one that was going to star Johnny Depp,
Mm-hmm.
and then when he moved over to directing, he was like, I want Sam Rockwell.
Oh wow!
So I don't know if they've done a movie together. I can't remember.
Rockwell's not in the Ocean's.
I don't.
trilogy?
No, I don't think so. No, he's not. But yeah, no, you know, he just is like, this is the guy. Plus, he's
Wow.
cheaper. He said, well, and he wanted him, one, because he's good, and two, because he was like, it's only going to work with a relatively unknown.
Yeah.
You can't put Johnny fucking Depp in there.
Right,
And people are like,
yeah.
oh, it's Johnny fucking Depp,
Right.
especially in 2003.
Yeah.
You know, so
Around Pirates.
Plus, he had
time.
an English
Yeah.
accent at the time, too. So,
Yeah.
there's like, it's not great for the role.
yeah, an English accent and a heroin addiction.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so you know, it was him with this iteration of it. It was pretty much always him.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Neat. All right. Well, does anyone else have any specific notes? I think the Maggie Gyllenhaal
oh yeah, great little cameo.
little cameo, kind of acts bored while she's getting boned. you
Yeah.
know?
And then I love that conversation that he has with Penny at the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. Or he's naked there. And she just reaches in and grabs.
She's just talking about
stuff.
like she's sleeping her way around the world.
Yeah, trying to get one of every ethnicity or whatever.
Goes, we could ball if you want.
Yeah, we can ball if you want. That was
did they
that
say
was
ball
interesting.
back then?
I know. I thought the same thing. I was like, that must have been a phrase.
He's like, I'm kind of here with.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe next time.
Yeah. What's it like fucking what's her name? I've always wanted to know. He's like, fine.
And then speaking of going along the theme of all the Rockwell ass, we even had a scene of him putting something up his ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Upset ass.
And then he's like, wait, I gotta go take care of something. She goes, leave it in.
Yeah.
that was the part I was about to say. That was
dude, the fucking wind. But Rockwell though, when he's shooting that scene, you just see him get the Vaseline, and you see his face, and he just goes. Dude, the fucking whistling as he's doing.
I love how small it is, but like anything going up there is not feeling small. Right. He put a half a glass
of that
like
shit.
half that thing of Vaseline on there.
Holy
like that's
shit.
so much Vaseline, it'll just come right back out.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I have a fun little game real quick if you guys want to indulge.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Like this is your show or whatever, but
go for it.
If y'all were to write an unofficial or what is that, the unauthorized autobiography of your life, where your life is mashed up with some other thing, what would that thing be?
A success.
Oh, very good. I would be a I would probably be a like a chef or a street chef in like China or something, in those like Asian markets and stuff.
At the
I would be one of those. Or a sushi chef. I will
like a secret sushi chef.
Sure, yeah. Sushi chef.
Sushi chef.
A sous chef, but see, a sous chef is actually a thing. I want to be a sushi chef.
In the name of Zeus's butthole, did you get out of your cell?
Yeah. Or yeah.
What is that from?
From The Rock.
The Rock.
I need to change it to. I need to change the end to where it just says this bit. Like, how in the name of Zeus's butthole did you get out of this bit?
Yeah. Or here, I got this one.
Oh man, you got to eat
the sushi. Okay.
Anyway. You almost had it.
Almost had it. Yeah, I would be a sushi chef. I think that sashimi, those fucking how they have to be so accurate cutting the fish, and you have to be able to identify if there's any worms or eggs in it, so you don't serve it, and because it's raw fucking food. There's something really impressive and majestic about that I think I would do that. That's what.
And other than trying to be like something that made my dad proud of me, or
but also I would be a rock star first, and then a secret sushi chef.
I think I would like to, maybe be like a fucking superhero, like a Spider-Man or
there you go,
something like that, or even like a Harry Potter thing, a Harry Potter sitch.
Okay,
depending on the world building and lore, maybe a vampire. That could be fun.
Twilight. We just did Twilight.
Not
Check out the
version.
Twilight.
That version.
You'd be a baseball playing vampire.
Vampire with
that
Christian
is a
undertones.
double life one in its own. Yeah, you could be a vampire that's also secretly a baseball star
and overtly Christian.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm thinking professional swordsman.
Oh, very good. You watch Forged? Do you watch Forged in Fire?
Oh yeah.
There you go. Ash is obsessed with that show. She got me. I got
obsessed with it and watched it for like a couple weeks straight. And
that's what. Yeah, me and Ash went on that bender there, and it was like, okay, yes, I get it. It will kill. I get it. All right.
We did that. We didn't.
Fuck yeah, bro.
I haven't gotten into that because I like the competition shows that follow a group and lead to one big ending. Not like
I know. Yeah, it would be so much better if it was a serialized thing.
Yeah,
they do come back. They bring back champions or second.
Yeah, that's true.
And have them fight again.
Yeah, but it's still not quite like a whole season eliminates one person one by one.
Like they need to reboot it for Netflix where it's one season.
Because that's what I watched. I watched 2 whole seasons of that fucking glass blowing show.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah, I
right?
agree. Wait, there's a pottery one on HBO that's just as good.
Oh, I need to watch
Really?
that. I need to watch the shit out of that.
Really?
Welcome
Never
to
thought I would
the
give a
old
shit about
man
pottery.
show on pottery.
Oh yeah, that's right.
This is the
yeah.
old man show gap.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Y'all hear MacGyver's ending?
Well, listen, guys, we are 10 years away from being 33. We're just preparing for it. That's all.
We really are.
God,
I would
if
say-
we're all 10 years away from hitting 33, the way we look now, we're not making it.
We age fast. Okay, it's just one of those
We got
things.
got Jack syndrome.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just wish I was within 10 years of 33.
Oh shit!
Oh,
yeah,
we
me
keep-
too.
we
Because
keep
I'm
you young.
18.
I would say if I was writing my unauthorized autobiography to close, I guess in closing, I would pick something more boring than what I do to make what my life is seem super
Oh,
interesting.
that's an interesting method.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like the guy who like takes pictures for like Google Street View or something like that.
Okay,
And then
I like the strat, dude.
yeah.
So
Good
I would just have continued my father's business of being an accountant.
And I would have a podcast where I discuss movies that I've never seen before. That's what I would do. And scene. Okay, so that's a very fun game, Stark.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call it a game, but
Whatever, Dwayne.
Old Dad's got to come in here and fuck it up, ruin all of our fun.
Cross the streams does not approve, apparently.
Respect
well,
the cock.
All right,
it wasn't
well,
a long-term competition that came down to one winner. So
There we go.
Yeah.
True.
There it is.
All right. Well,
Okay.
Let's go about the. We
I
wrapped
think
it up.
yeah,
We're good?
I've covered every
Oh.
note I've had.
I will say, did you recognize there was a shout out earlier in the movie, but the ending credits? You remember what the song was at the ending credits? Does anybody remember?
Oh fuck.
It's a show tune.
Oh no.
It's No Business Like Show Business.
Oh okay.
Sung by the one and only
Chuck Berry.
Rosemary Clooney,
Oh.
George Clooney's aunt.
Very nice. Oh, I thought
Yeah.
it was his mom.
No, it's his aunt.
Oh, okay.
And then when the NBC page,
Isn't his mom also famous though?
I don't know.
Oh,
Probably,
all right.
maybe. She's like George Clooney's mom.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
I'm sure she's real proud.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, he made a lot of money on liquor.
Yeah. Wait, what?
He made
did?
millions of dollars selling some tequila company. Him and
Oh, he
that other
did?
guy, yeah, Gerber.
Before he became a
no, this was
okay.
like in the recent.
Oh,
times.
okay. I see. He's an entrepreneur.
Yeah, he's a lot of things.
Okay.
Oh, and have y'all seen his movie? That new movie of his, the one that was
Netflix?
yeah, it was on Netflix, or was it Netflix or Amazon? It was one of those.
Netflix.
What was it called? No, that was the other alien one. Anyway, it's really good. He got nominated for it, I think.
Who
Yeah,
are
it
we
was a
talking
good
about?
movie.
George Clooney.
Oh,
Anyway, check it out.
I don't know.
Find out what it's called and check it
Oh,
out.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Where he's like in the Arctic and
yeah,
like the last
something
man on
about
Earth
like
or shit.
Far From Home or some shit like that.
Yeah,
For
that's-
some reason, like I'm always like having an aversion. You know how Bryce has an aversion. What kind of movies is it that you don't like if it has to do with a certain thing?
Yeah.
I have the same aversion to movies that take place in winter, snowy settings.
I
can't stand it. For some
I
reason.
agree with you, man.
You know what might change you on that? The Thing.
The Thing, except for
Yeah.
The Thing, and
The
then
Thing
of
is
course,
fucking-
It's an exception, not
except
the
for
rule.
the beginning
You know,
of Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, the Empire.
That's the whole reason why I never watched that Snowpiercer movie. Is because like it had the word snow in it, and I was like, I'm good.
It's
Wow.
also
This is
fine.
This is an interesting development
Yeah.
here, though. So I hate sand.
And Stark
Stark
hates
hates
snow. And I
Oh.
hate things with
Less than a 60% on Rotten Tomatoes.
no, what was it that we can, I hate things that have to do with like missing fathers, like estranged fathers.
Really? But are there?
It just so happened that every movie that I haven't seen has been that.
Oh,
It's like Field of Dreams.
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
What's
yeah.
Eating Gilbert Grape.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And what was
I
the
didn't
last
even
one that we
notice
did that? There was another one. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But
What's yours, Dwayne?
oh, Twilight. Twilight had an estranged father thing. I hadn't
Yeah,
seen that.
that's right. Yeah.
Movies without fedoras. I don't know.
Yeah, he hates movies without fedora. Dwayne has only ever
watches
seen...
shit with fedoras, dude.
By the way,
Fedoras only.
Dwayne demands every movie that we do with him as a guest. He is always like, I pick this movie. We have never told him which movie we're going to do.
Yeah.
He has told us.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. I don't know. I think we're good. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to say before we get into some of our segments here?
I have to say, for me, this movie was the interesting part was the so-called real stuff of Chuck Barris.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know he made all those shows.
Yeah.
I didn't know
right.
he was a behind-the-scenes guy and all that stuff. So
I didn't know that either. I thought he was only responsible for the Gong Show. I did not know he was responsible for Newlywed Game and Dating Game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
And like 50 other fucking shows.
Right. That were less popular or whatever. But yeah.
I think that's
Very
why the description was so jarring of the movie because, like, everybody, because I was even telling Haley about, I was like, she was asking what movie we were doing. I'm like, oh, it's about the guy who created the dating game, kills people for the CIA. And everybody's it's so jarring. Like,
yeah.
The guy created the dating game.
Right.
The guy that created the dating game?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into the numbers. I have the estimated budget is about $30 million. Oh, speaking of Gong Show, I just remembered because I was thinking, $30 million.
Yeah.
Mike Myers was attached to play Chuck Barris at one point.
Oh,
which would have been pretty interesting. I mean,
full circle.
If it was, that would have been an interesting movie, like Myers and Aronofsky making this film.
You keep saying Aronofsky, isn't it Aronofsky?
No, it's Aronofsky, isn't it, Stark?
I always call him Aronofsky.
Aronofsky, Aronofsky.
Yeah. Maybe that's
Darren
right.
Aronofsky.
I can be incorrect though because I'm not known for pronouncing things properly.
Yeah, well, I also try to put an L in Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. And you leave out the end or the N.
Yeah, I say Allsmith, not
Allsmith instead of Osmond.
Osmond. But yeah, so $30 million and
okay.
Gross. Okay, let's see here. Opening weekend, January 5th of 2003. This is a dump movie. Wow.
So this was produced by a major studio or made by a major studio. So I'm guessing it had a major release, a wide release.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine. I don't have that exact information, but
okay, but I don't remember this movie at all. So I'm guessing it didn't do very well. But I'm gonna let you guys do the honors here and guess first.
Opening weekend, I don't know, 12 million.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out on a limb, and first of all, I'm gonna let Dwayne take this information and see if he wants to change his information. I'm going out on a limb and saying that this did have a wide release opening weekend.
Okay. Okay.
It was more than just two cities, or it was a wide release.
Right. Okay.
All right. So I don't know if that makes you want to change your bid, Dwayne. You're at 12 million.
I'm good. I'm good.
Right.
Okay. Stark.
All right. I'm going. I'm gonna go 20 million.
20 million.
Wow,
All right.
you guys are going high. If we're playing Price is Right, I'm going $1. But with a real guess, I'm gonna estimate. I'm gonna guess 5 million at most.
All right. Well,
You chose
God fucking damn it!
one.
Stark's going to take that
This
one
is
if we have to
bullshit.
give it to somebody.
No way, it made that much in opening million?
87,000. Wait, did you say 1,000 or million?
He said million.
Oh, shit.
Million.
You're
I
all way
win.
off. Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
I won.
Yeah.
I'll still take it though.
No, that's right. You did
fucking
win.
win.
No, but you still said 5 million.
I don't care. But I also said $1. I won on Price is Right rules. I won on Price is Right
rules. You said
rules.
5 million.
No, I said $1
He said
Price
if he
is
was
Right
playing
rules.
Price
I like-
is Right. You go dollar.
That's right. And
Yeah.
in this case, the Price
I
is
wanna say,
Right.
Chase, your little out on the limb thing though. was messed up because
Yeah,
he said his
yeah,
number, and then you made it sound like he was going
Well,
too low.
I also
That was
thought
the most misleading
I was
shit
looking-
ever. You got to be careful
I also
with this guy.
wasn't looking. I wasn't paying attention to what y'all were saying. I heard the number because I was looking at at 87,000. So in my head, y'all all said 1,000,
Oh yeah, no.
and it was but y'all were way the fuck
Yeah.
over.
You think
yeah.
Dwayne would really think it was $15,000 over?
Yeah, I did. I
For a
did.
wide release
Well, and
movie?
then you said 20, and I was like, shit, Stark.
Yeah, no.
All right.
All right. So,
So-
it is official. I won that one on Price is Right rules.
Yeah, so you don't get anything.
Okay.
The domestic gross altogether.
Guys.
Shit. They broke even. We'll go 30 million.
All right.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stick with my. I'm gonna stick with the. Actually, I'm gonna stick with my 20 million.
For the domestic, I think you guys are both high. Price is Right rules. I'm betting $1 on that, baby. And I'm going to say, for my guess, I'm going to go with $5 million. I'm going to stick with my initial one, too.
All right. Bryce.
You have chosen
That's right, baby.
wise.
I chose fucking wisely, dude.
16 million. 16 million.
Oh, well, Stark won
Yeah.
then.
No, he said 20.
Oh, he busted.
Yeah,
That's
so he
right.
busted if we're going Price is Right. But yeah,
Well,
he
that
was
made way
closer to
more
you.
than I thought it did.
Damn, I
Yeah.
should have stuck with my 12.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should have.
That's right.
All right. So what is the worldwide gross?
Oh, there actually is one?
Yeah, there actually is one.
Oh, okay. Guys?
20 million.
There you go.
I'm
Stick with what works, right, Dwayne?
I know, that's why I took it.
I'm gonna go $20,001,000.
All right. And I think they both busted. I'm going to Price is Right, bet $1, but my guess will be 19 million worldwide.
Well, for two of you.
You chose
Which two?
poorly.
Them two?
For Stark.
Damn.
You have chosen wise.
He stole it from Dwayne. This
Nice.
movie made
That's what
a
you get,
$3
Dwayne.
million profit. It was $33 million worldwide.
Wow. Look
You
at
should stick
that.
with your last one.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Dwayne, you played yourself, man.
Yeah, you definitely played yourself. So, yeah, now let's move on to the recap.
Oh, it is time for the reboot recap. Turn that one up a little bit.
Yeah, you can.
Let me do that again.
No. All right.
You can plug it in later.
Oh, wait, we skipped the rating.
Oh, we need
That's
to
what I
do
meant to
rating.
do,
So let
yeah.
me take that one back.
Okay.
I gotta play it in reverse.
Nope,
Let's
no,
see
you
if I can do it. I think I can reverse my fucking shit though, dog. That'd be awesome. Okay. Yeah, ratings. Guys, you want to do the honors here?
Dwayne, why don't you go first?
I'll go simple. Out of 10 gongs, I'll go
I appreciate that, Dwayne. That was good.
probably a 7.
Okay.
All right. I'd say out of the 10 STDs that Sam Rockwell's character has to fucking have, I'm gonna go with the 9 on this one. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Very good. Okay. And for me, out of 10 people, out of 10 people, no, I don't know. Out of 10 fantastic Sam Rockwell performances, I gotta give this one. This, guys, I gotta, you know what? This is gonna be my first 10 of the year, baby. I'm giving it 10 out of 10. I fucking loved this movie.
I don't think it is your first 10 of the year.
Okay, well,
But, yeah.
I am
It is
still
now.
giving this 10, baby. I loved this movie.
All right.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it way back when. I kind of didn't enjoy it as much this time, but I think that might be because my wife was sitting next to me yelling,
Just
"This is
talking
bullshit!"
shit about
the whole
it.
time.
Yeah, right.
I'd be like, "This is bullshit."
Yeah,
So that kind of affects it.
right.
For me, it just got a little too artsy. Like,
See, I like that.
That's what I liked about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I figured.
Oh, and the fucking like the footage of like
story is cool.
When that whole footage of him like kind of unraveling backstage at the Gong Show, and he rolls up and he's running into different things that remind him of different things, and then the picture of the mother and shit, and then you find out it's the mom singing "Happy Birthday" to him, slightly off pitch.
Yeah.
Just like he had the prostitute do for him. Oh, that was so great. The music was perfect.
I love that shot of when he comes into the NBC studio or whatever after having dealt with Julia Roberts already, and she's like sitting there in the silhouette smoking, and she's like, "There's another hit or something," and he's like, "What?" And then it's like, turns on the light. Surprise! You got another hit.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I think it was "There's the Hitman."
Yeah, there's the Hitman. That's what it was. Yeah, the Hitman. He's like, what?
Yeah.
And how about that fucking like baller shot? Like, God, Clooney is one of those guys who just is so cool.
He's one of my favorite directors, man.
Yeah, well, and just like he just is. He is charisma in skin.
Totally.
Like just
charisma in skin.
Yeah, him sitting on that diving board just looking like a badass, and as it pulls out,
we didn't even talk. That was one of my favorite.
He's been shot and he's bleeding out into the pool, and he still looks better than I will ever
look.
Dude,
I forgot about that though, because it didn't even show him shoot him, but then you find out he'd. Well, then why was he bleeding?
He was already shot by Julia Roberts, and he was just at his house warning him.
So he was,
because later on, Julia Roberts' character. What is her character's name?
Patricia.
Patricia. When he's dying on the ground after being poisoned,
she reveals that she's the mole.
You should have seen Oliver's face.
Yeah.
When I did him.
Birds.
Which makes no sense, because he did tell Rockwell that he needs to find the mole. He could have easily been like, "She's the mole."
Yeah.
But I will say that's one thing I want to say while y'all are talking about Clooney's performance. Is this something that I always forget, how good of an actor Clooney actually is, because he's like George Clooney. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
right. Like George Clooney. He is a fucking good actor, man.
Yeah, he's very subtle. Like he just does it. You know, he reminds me a lot of like his not his acting particularly, but like his acting style is very Nicholson, where this is Clooney if Clooney was this person.
Yeah, right.
Like it's a very believable performance.
Yeah.
But like he's always kind of the same guy.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, sure.
Even if they're a totally different guy, you know what I mean?
I feel like they call him like one take Clooney or something. He just looks like he just comes in there, does his shit, and fucking leaves.
Like Harrison Ford, he's like, I got this.
So he had been shot. Did he get placed there by Patricia, or did he go there and sat down on the pool?
He went there and sat there, and like that's why before he even pulls the gun out, it shoots down, or like there's a shot of his toe,
there was some
and it looks like his shoe is melting, but that's the blood.
Yeah. See, I didn't catch that it was the blood at first. I thought it was just an artsy shot, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." But
well, then when it pulls
away, you see the shit in the pool. That scene was so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And then the whole like him being like, revealing to him that his dad's not even his real dad, and his dad's actually a serial killer. Like him telling him the profile. Yeah.
There is no profile. He goes, "Yeah, you're right. There's no profile. Oh, by the way, this.
Right. That was so good, man. That was so awesome, dude. But anyway, and with the music was very good. Yeah. So anyway, I give it 10 out of 10, dude. I really fucking enjoyed this movie a lot. Okay.
So reboot recast time.
Yeah. Now it is time for the reboot
recast.
Okay.
All right. Wow.
I had to speed through it because we did it 3 times now.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So Stark, you want to lead us off on this?
Sure. I really, here's the thing is that I guess we're so inconsistent, or I wasn't sure if we were going to do a reboot recast, because I never really think about it. Every time I come on, I'm like, are we going to do it this time? So I was
well, we always do it, but I never think about it either. I have not even thought about it.
Sometimes we don't. Sometimes it's not worth it.
But it's worth it.
I know it's a little on the nose because of Barry and stuff like that, but I think Bill Hader would be really good.
I think you're 100% right.
Yep. I can't really argue that, man.
I think you're 100% right.
That's all. That's the only person that I cast so far. I'm going to think of other things, but
I have a casting for Patricia.
Okay.
That it would be
Margot Robbie.
No,
like always. There's
more
than 3.
No. Julia Garner.
Nope. Nope, not even a little bit.
Why? She
Not
kind of
even a
looks
little
like
bit.
Julia Roberts.
No, she's
she
about
has the
this
same
tall.
name.
She's half
and
her age.
and her hair is curly and
Nope.
shit. It would work.
It wouldn't work at all.
They could put a
Although
wig
she is
on
in
her.
talks to playing Madonna in the Madonna.
Wow.
It's either her or Florence Pugh, which is weird.
Ooh.
I don't know
Like
who that is.
how it's between those two. They're both extremely talented, but like they're very.
I don't know what that word means.
I don't know who that is.
Midsummer,
Oh,
the girl from Midsummer.
But Julia Garner does look a little bit like
That's
Madonna.
way more
man.
Madonna,
Yeah,
yeah.
totally.
But anyway, she would not fit in this one. She maybe could play Penny, although we're talking Florence Pugh.
no,
I think
she's
Florence Pugh
too
could
she's
be
too
Penny.
rugged for Penny though.
Yeah, maybe. But I just don't see her as Patricia.
You know, for
You know who
for
could probably do
Rockwell,
Patricia
I mean,
though
for
is
Barris.
Jennifer Lawrence. If she acts anymore, I haven't
No.
seen her in a while.
Yeah, I could
but
see
I
that
can see
one.
that one.
I can see Margot Robbie as Patricia, honestly.
Yeah, but we've used her
Yep.
so many times. I feel like we gotta spread.
Ooh, what about
Spread it
Jennifer
out.
Connelly though? I know you're gonna say too
Yeah,
old, but
definitely way
not
too
really
old.
though.
No, definitely too old.
She
She's
could
like
play
50.
that young. Man,
Or I
yeah.
guess like if you go like what was that blonde bombshell with Charlize Theron? Or
Charlize
Theron?
Theron, yeah,
She could totally pull off, but she's already done like like you said, probably too old.
yeah.
I can hear your
She's
mind.
aged out of
I can
this
hear your
one.
mind.
Yeah. Not saying she's not still gorgeous. I'm just saying that the age doesn't
All right.
match up.
For the George Clooney character, hear me out. Tom Cruise
I'm not
I don't-
adverse to it, but I would. But speaking
with a
on
mustache.
what
don't
we,
think
what
you
we
can
were
get him to
saying
grow
about
one.
Clooney being like Clooney and like he's Clooney, that was always the thing that I couldn't get past with Leo. But I think Leo would be a good casting for that.
Actually,
I can see that.
You're not wrong
You
on
know?
that. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
It's a real small part for him though. He doesn't do that very often. But
But it'd
who
be
knows?
fun to see him do that.
Wonder if he would direct it.
He's done enough now. He doesn't need to do all big parts anymore.
Yeah.
You know, he could have fun and do something a little different there.
Yeah. Dwayne, what do you got?
Man, Barris, I don't know.
I forgot about this, honestly, but
You know what? This is my
If we're
podcast,
going-
and I forget about it every time until I bring up the segment. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to do that.
how about Jake Gyllenhaal for Clooney's character?
Ooh, I can see
Oh,
that.
okay.
Wow,
Yeah,
a
that's
good
a
idea.
pull,
good
man.
pull. Yeah, very
That's
good
a pull. I like it.
Too old though?
No,
No, Clooney's character's kind of old in that.
yeah, he's what is he, like 45 in there?
Yeah.
I mean, this was this is almost 20 years ago. Yeah, 15, 18 years ago, whatever. So yeah, that's about right. I don't know.
That's a good pull, man.
Yeah,
I
really like it. And, you don't see him. I mean, that's the perfect size role for
Yeah,
him too. Like he
yeah.
can really sink his teeth into it.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like it too.
Oh, wait,
and
wait.
and Maggie was in this
the
one.
original, yeah.
Yeah.
Haley Joel Osment.
Now,
Yeah, now it's- as young Barris
Yeah.
telling the girl,
yeah, to leave.
Yeah, the Michael Cera role.
Oh my god. Okay.
No, you know who Haley Joel Osment would play? The fucking double agent Russian.
Oh my god. Yes, either him or Jesse Plemons.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah,
Oh, Jesse
Osment would be
Plemons.
perfect for the Russian guy. Yeah, totally.
yeah,
I see that.
100%.
Yeah.
Chuck, you're not doing your job very well. Well, you're really bad at your job. Tell her that, Chuck. Tell her that. Why won't
Yeah.
you do that? You got to do your job, Chuck.
Yeah, you tell her, and that's
God,
even more hilarious when you
he's so
find out
funny.
that they were Russian spies.
And his fucking
just
like
driving
slick,
him nuts the
his
whole
little
time.
slick smile as he walks
Yeah,
by him, just
yeah,
like, oh fuck.
Yeah, and he was so close to
That's-
shooting him too. He could have just shot him
I
right
know.
there, and it would have
That's
been.
how you do slow mo, Schneider.
Yeah, and I haven't even seen the Justice League.
Well, you've seen enough Schneider, trust me.
Have I?
You don't need to.
Yeah,
You've seen one Snyder, you've seen all.
What Schneider have I seen?
300.
That was Schneider.
Yeah,
Oh, he does like slow mo a lot. Huh?
yeah. He also did Watchmen and
I didn't see that one. Did
you
he
see
do
The Watchmen?
Sin City? No, that's Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah, that's Robert Rodriguez. Anyway,
Robert Rodriguez.
that's for another podcast. Yeah, I think that about wraps it up. I'm happy
we do
with that.
Chuck?
Let's
We
go
already
wrap it
did.
up,
I
dude.
liked Bill Hader, but do you have another one? I mean, now that he said
I was
it, I know
gonna
that
say
Barry is that.
Shia
I just
LaBeouf.
can't see it. Shia LaBeouf. Wow. That's
very
Didn't he get
interesting.
canceled, though? I mean,
yeah.
Is
but
he canceled?
Yeah.
No, he's had a few movies lately.
Yeah, well, there was a movie that he just did with I forget what the name of the girl.
Butter.
Well, no, that was last year. There was one that he just did, or that was 2 years ago. There's one that he just did this past year that was supposed to be like big Oscar push, big huge thing, and then some really bad things came out about things that Shia LaBeouf does, and it got fucking shelved. And I know that the female lead in that is supposed to be fantastic, and she just got screwed out of everything because the studio's not getting behind it to push it.
But
Holy shit.
non-canceled Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, non-canceled Shia LaBeouf.
Badass.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
we're
would
not
be a really good,
and,
really good casting.
Yeah, and like as fucked up as he is or whatever, he's still very good. I saw that Honey Boy.
Yeah,
So
man, he's
good.
awesome
Good.
in that.
It's
So
fucking really
fucking
good. Yeah.
Especially he wrote it and he's
directed
playing his own dad.
His
That's
performance
fucking-
as his dad was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So good, dude.
Like,
Yeah, it
straight
was
up.
really good.
Yep. So he's got a lot of demons to work
Yeah,
through.
he certainly does.
You know, maybe he can make amends for things. Just
Sure.
like he's on that list with Mel Gibson. He's gotta make those amends. Gotta fix some shitty things.
Yeah.
But you know, your life's not over. Try.
Yeah, sure.
You know.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that about wraps it up here. As always,
on that
check us
happy
out.
note.
Let's end on a high note and remember screen to peen or peen to screen.
Peen to
Stark.
screen. Always.
Yeah.
Fucking A. You know what? You guys said that in the beginning. It's just now fucking occurring to me. What the fuck you talking about? What the fuck, dude? Fuck you.
That's great. Dude, that's hilarious.
That's so funny.
I swear, I need to stop using this as like taxi cab confession. You know?
It's his very own.
No,
taxi
dude.
cab
Listen, it's only building your
Oh,
legend,
man.
Stark. You got nothing to worry about, man.
Right.
And there's gonna be a
that's why-
shirt. It's gonna be one of our shirts eventually.
That's why
Peen
he
to
doesn't.
screen.
That's why he didn't like any movies in the snow because he was afraid of shrinkage.
No, I'm afraid of my peen getting stuck to the goddamn thing.
Yeah, and someone would have to come.
Lick it off, and it doesn't taste like strawberries.
Oh man. Okay.
All right,
God
Dwayne, you
damn
got anything else to plug one last time?
Just Cross the Streams Media. You can find all of our. We got 6 podcasts on there, and with the 7th coming, others in the works. Hopefully, you can find all of us there. Go listen to the Four Dorkspin, Secondary Heroes, Dan Aykroyd podcast, and 3 Beers and a Mic and Movie Gap. We're all there. So
All there.
Perfect.
All right. Yeah, and like I said, all of our information, all of our social media stuff is at the Movie Gap. You can also find it all on crossthestreamsmedia.com. Leave us voicemails, guys. And other than that, all I have to say is
Not in space.
Thanks for listening to The Movie Gap on the Cross the Streams Media Network.